Hello, today I'm going to be talking to you about APIs and specifically one that I find interesting, which would be using something like PayPal. In computing, an application programming interface, or API, is an interface that defines interactions between multiple software applications or mixed hardware-software intermediaries. It defines the kinds of calls or requests that can be made, how to make them, the data formats that should be used, the conventions to follow, and more. And if you've ever used a PayPal to pay for something, then you have utilized an API. Just like with logging in for any other online service, the Pay with PayPal functionality is built with the APIs to ensure that the end application can only do what it needs to, without being exposed to sensitive data or gaining access to unintended permissions, making storing sensitive information safer for users. So if you've never used a PayPal before, what you do is you link your credit card and/or bank information, and it's another way to pay for things so you wouldn't have to write a check or use your credit card. I often use it whenever I go out to lunch with my friends. We pay the bill with one of our credit cards to save time so that the waiter doesn't have to run 4 or 5 separate credit cards or more. And then we all pay that person back utilizing PayPal, and all you need is their email address to move forward with that they have linked to their account. And I read an article recently, and according to Nordic's article, 5 examples of APIs we use in our everyday life. The inner workings of this handy function is very similar to the login process described above, or that I just discussed. When the user clicks on the Pay with PayPal button, the application sends an order request to the PayPal API, specifying the amount owed and other important details. Then, a pop-up authenticates the user and confirms their purchase. Finally, if everything goes to plan, the API sends confirmation of payment back to the application. And I included a link to that article on my website, as you can see, and I also included everything I discussed here. Like I said, I really enjoy using PayPal whenever I go out to dinner with my friends. I also actually have utilized PayPal when purchasing a puppy during the pandemic. We ordered a dog from Kansas, which I live in Nebraska, and whenever we made the payment, we used those arrangements using PayPal. So they provided me with their email and PayPal information, and I went ahead and sent money that way. So it's just kind of become an easier way to take care of business. It's relatively safe. You can set up your account with code so that every time you access it, you have to put in a code that gets emailed to you to keep your information a little safer. So I think PayPal is a wonderful API to use, and it's the API that is definitely interesting to me as I use it in my everyday life. So if you have questions, please use the email me link below or comments, and thank you for your time.